Where they zip, you zap, creating a purple cow. Do you want to create a product or offer and you don't know where to start, just like me? I thought so. I've noticed a lot of my friends will end up chasing trends after they've gone viral. But after reading...
And all my friends are playing with it? Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I've actually noticed my friends will play it really safe and they'll chase trends, especially after it's gone viral. Fair play, I mean, it's proven that it works. What if we have to focus on the beginning of the curve? The early adopters. I'm reading this book called The Purple Cow as I'm starting my newsletter journey. She talks about it's the first people that discover your product will be the ones to tell others about it, and only if it's really good, which makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want to tell anybody else about it if it's really bad, but maybe you do if it's that bad. It's the innovators and the early adopters, the people who are seeking out new things, the people who want to find something new to talk about. How do we understand an early adopter? Well, I got a cool little trick to get into the mind of an early adopter using your YouTube account. Let's say you got really bored with your YouTube videos and you wanted to watch something new. The way I dealt with it one day was I purposely sought out creators that I usually don't watch, channels I'm usually not familiar with, and what do you know? In a few days, I started to get recommendations from channels and videos with under 20 views, sometimes under like 20 subscribers even. That's because I told YouTube that I was an early adopter, that I was interested in that. Why do early adopters do that? For me, I like hidden gems, either to tell my friends about them or to write about it in my newsletter. I know it seems like I'm CTAing it, but it's true. And I'll get into a video why later I put so much into the newsletter and why it's really important for me to write it out. Other people like to be recognized for their knowledge, and some people just like to help. They've done it before, they've walked that path, so they can recognize exactly where you're at and they know what to say. In the book, The Purple Cow, Seth Godin defines these people as otaku. I really like this term. He defines it as somewhere between a hobby and an obsession. These are the same people that will travel cross country or across the state to see a band or a restaurant that's opening near them that they're a big fan of. These are the same people that would do anything to try In-N-Out. One example the book cites that I really like, whenever Krispy Kreme, they open up a new location, they give out a ton of them for free. Fans of Krispy Kreme will take their friends and say, come on dude, we're about to get so many free donuts. And now that friend who wasn't a Krispy Kreme fan is like, oh, that's kind of cool. Eventually ended up selling more. For example, do you know someone that can always name the movie title or the actor's names? They're a movie otaku. Or how about someone who'd wipe the floor with you in anime trivia? Or say you. Either way, one of you is an anime otaku. They've already seen the new shows and they're the ones recommending you the one that you are currently on. Let's do a quick otaku dig. Grab something you can write with or take notes with, and let's do some soul searching. Let's think about the recent things you've consumed, watched, done. Restaurants or movies you've tried that come to top of mind when I ask you this. Did you discover them? Or did you get told about them? If you discover them, then you are an otaku. If you mostly get told, well, what do you tell others about? Come on, I know it's in there. I believe everyone has something that they would do if they, quote unquote, had the time. Everyone's got something that they kind of can't shut up about. Whatever that is, whatever you wish you could do it. That's what you're an otaku about. That's it. That's the thing that came to your mind when I talked about it. If nothing comes to your mind, then maybe you have to do some digging or some soul searching, but I think some of you had some things. That's it. I've got a friend that's practically my filter for excellent TV and film. Holy shit. My house is like a 24/7 indie movie theater. There's always something really good in the queue. I can honestly say he's made my life better. If I watch something that he's recommended, I'll give my analysis. Sometimes he hasn't thought about some stuff, sometimes I have. Whenever I'm looking for something new, I look at my list of the stuff he's recommended to me, and 50% of the time I pick one of that. I don't regret it. Alright, it's been on my mind. Fargo.
Ask me a question. What? Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 6 Ways to Make People Like You. Number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. So ask me a question.
You got any food?
Make them laugh. That's rule number 9. Hard to dislike a man that's got a funny bone. Me, I got 2. Plus the gift of gab. Ever since I was a boy. I'm Mr. Carnegie that I really learned to channel my thoughts into a strategy for success.
Seriously. Fargo or Legion. You have to watch it. It is immaculate. Do you see what I just did there? But it's true. Like, it really is that good. That's what otakus do. They spread your idea like mad. Especially if it's worth talking about. Especially if it's good. Which Fargo is. How do we do it? How do we create something remarkable? Seth says there's not really a formula, but there are guidelines. Some of the things that they have in common are that they don't have anything in common, but more so that they don't fit cleanly into boxes that they're in. And 2, people love to talk about them. haven't figured out how to do it exactly for myself just yet. Through ghostwriting for others, I have found ways to jump into the social conversation either by injecting yourself via pop culture or finding an interesting underserved market. What Seth says is to create remarkable products that the right people seek out. Another quote I think points us in the right direction is something that Gary Vaynerchuk has said. Speed is the death of the entrepreneur. I don't think that means like wait to post. I think it means the opposite. I think it means post, but refine your tactics, refine your technique. If you're rushing through it, if you're not actually learning more and editing and figuring out different tricks and tips that improve your videos, then that's the death right there. You're in the same spot and you're in the same place. You'll blame the algorithm when in reality, even if the algorithm has changed, there are ways to deplatform the user so that you don't have to worry about algorithm changes. There are ways that you can just make good content that's shareable regardless. In general, we could always make better content. That's what I think you mean. I just wanted to be really clear about that. And that actually connects very nicely to the last quote that Seth Godin has said, and a variation is said by John Wooden as well, which is, if you don't have the time to do it right, what makes you think you'll have time to do it over? It's a good one, right? The answer lies in something that we're an otaku about. What are you an otaku about? Okay, now I'm CTAing my newsletter. If you liked what you saw, check out the Green Gambit. It's a link in the description, and it's the Solopreneur newsletter.